Welcome to the Grace Crash Out episode. There has been a huge moment that has just happened in the Design Buddies community. So make sure that you stay tuned for at least these first 15 seconds because you'll hear all about it. But definitely stay tuned to the end because Grace shares a little bit of a LinkedIn algorithm update that she got from the team themselves at a recent conference. So appreciate y'all. Again, this is the How Creators Make Money podcast where we dive into how these creators around the world are getting their bag.
Y'all, this admin deleted 20,000 members from Discord server yesterday. It was a mistake. It was a pruning mistake. So 20,000 innocent members were removed wrongfully from our Discord server. Context is, the story time is, I was so excited to reach 100,000 on our Discord. We're so close. We're like 98,000, man. And I put it in the admin team chat like, yo, we're almost at 100,000. Thank you, everyone. You're so great. Thank you all. And one person was like, are you sure? We have a lot of people who are like inactive, and he looked at the members list, and there's like Discord has like a pruning feature, where you can like automatically kick anybody who hasn't been on Discord or your server for 30 days. So I told him not to do it. I'm just like, no. And people were like, the vanity metrics were like, no, don't, because there's people who attend our in-person events who are active in our in-person community, subscribe to our newsletter, who are not in the Discord. But once I tell them about Discord, their forum members are Discord. They like become active again, but they're still in the Discord, but they're just like not checking it every day. But when I remind them, they become active again. So there's like real people that were getting kicked for no reason. And I was so pissed because 20,000 members is like average we gain in 1 year. So I was so pissed by the fact that I lost 1 year progress. And my first reaction is to make a TikTok out of it, because I know that usually I feel like emotion does really well, and I was like crashing out. A lot of my friends were actually over at our current house co-working. I'm just like, I'm mad. I'm gonna make a TikTok about it. So that's the first thing I did. I was like, I need to tell the internet about it because I'm mad. So I was just like, I try not to swear on this, but I was just like, I dropped so many f-bombs. Like yesterday, I dropped the most f-bombs I've ever did in the past like 6969 days. Like I've been cursed as much as middle school, and I was just like, oh. I was so no swearing, Grace. Monetization, algorithms, no swearing. I was like just like so mad about it because we all work so hard to get these people in our Discord, and then to see like 100k to 80k, I'm just like, no. And yeah, and I know that a lot of people say it's good to, make sure it's like quality engagement and all, but I like number. I see number go big, I'd be happy, because number go big, I'd be happy. I like number.
I feel like this is such a very SF tech mindset, so to say. And this is what I mean. Like, I think if you take what the admin did from a business context, it makes sense, right? Because if you prune, your daily active user percentage goes up, right? Which in theory should make more sense, right? This is me trying to calm Grace down a little bit. I get it. But at the same time, this would be the same example of if Twitter, Facebook, TikTok just deleted your account if you weren't active for 30 days, right? I think that was what the cutoff is, which we all know that they don't do. And for probably specific reason, because they can go and say, we've got hundreds of thousands or hundreds of millions of people using our platform, or billions of people using our platform, right? In the case of Facebook and TikTok. So it's like, I understand both ways, but I totally understand your crash out and your anger with this, because it's like, bro, 20,000, that's a lot of people, right? That's a fifth of your audience, essentially, that, yes, maybe they didn't sign in for the past month, but like, who knows if they were just going to sign on next month, right, into their Discord and click on like, oh, what's Design Buddies going, or what's happening in Design Buddies. The same way that you and I probably go a month or two sometimes without checking Facebook, and then randomly will check the app one day, right? I think that's what it is. But the question that I have, and I think probably the question that a lot of our viewers have as well, is like, what happened to the admin? Like, obviously, you're angry in this moment. What happened? Like, how? What does Grace do in this moment of extreme anger as a operator, so to say, as a CEO?
Yeah, I try not to let emotions overtake logic. I try really hard to not do that. And this admin, I actually did considered him a friend. I know him in real life. He's been an amazing member of our community for years, being really active. Um, we have some mutual friends. Hung out in person when he was at Config, went to his event, and I think like I can pull up the message. I like DM'd him right after because I checked the audit logs and I saw like this person he pruned 1,000 members, like 20 lines of like pruned 1,000 members in the audit logs, so I knew it was him. Um and I don't know, I'm like trying to like figure it out. I like told him like this was not supposed to happen, like why did you do this? And it's like kind of weird, like he kind of, it's like a little bit, I don't know, it's gaslighty, but he kind of like, he was like, I'm really sorry this happened, but let me just pull it up. I'm like, it was like a long message. And he, even though I says like don't kick anyone who's innocent, I think at the same time, like I assumed, like I was like, don't kick anyone who's innocent. Just like don't prune. But I think he misunderstood the prune feature. So Discord, like if you look at the mod logs or like the admin portal on the members, it like the AI flags people for like suspicious activity. And some people are flagged, like people like are caught in like other servers like spamming links, they'll get reported and they get flagged through the AI. So he thought the pruning was be like removing all the people that were like flagged. Like he thought pruning removed suspicious people, not 30 people. Not the people who weren't active on 30 days. So I'm just like kind of sad because I didn't know. I also like didn't know pruning was, I didn't know he was gonna do it. I'm just like, just don't kick anyone yet. But he like did it, and I'm like, he did it actually. I checked the time. It was like a 4:20 p.m. 2 days ago. Um, I checked the time. I only found out yesterday because I was just like checking how close we are to 100K. You know, I was like checking again. And I saw 78K. I'm like, no, 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 no. I checked the mod logs immediately. I knew when I sent that message. I'm like, don't prune. He pruned. And I don't know. Like, I think I'm trying to like, he hasn't responded to me yet. And I also took a lot of response to him because I was like really angry and I didn't want to like come across as angry. Um, and I'm trying to like get a benefit of the doubt. Like I don't think he meant it, and also like maybe I could have been like more clear, not pruning, but I thought I was clear. Maybe I'm just gaslighting myself and being too nice. I don't know, but for now, I think he's still like a really valuable member of our community. Like he actually hosts a lot of like feedback sessions, active in voice chat, active in our community, and I'm really grateful for members from our community for being active, like especially like taking their free time. I mean, like he has a family, he has kids, and like taking their time to be active in our community. So I do appreciate what he has helped us do. But that 20,000 people, I'm just like, damn, that was a really big mistake. I don't know. What would you do in that situation?
Yeah, I mean it's tough, right? Because at least from what you've shared, it seems like you said to not do something, and someone did something that you told them not to do. If it's someone that you've trusted for a while, then I would always take their reasoning at face value, right? So maybe he didn't understand really what he was doing. And yes, is 20,000 a lot of people? Sure. Is it the end of the world? I don't think so. Um, but my mindset would be like, okay, what are we doing to fix this? So to say. Like,
Mhm.
I think the question for me would be A, trying to figure out, did he know what he did when he did it? And B, if he did know, why didn't he tell me immediately?
Mm. Yeah,
So
that's a good
that
question.
would
I need to
be
ask him more about that.
right? So that would be my question, right? Like, A, again, if he didn't know what he didn't, like, if he genuinely didn't know what he didn't know, and you found it because he maybe clicked something by accident or whatever it may be, and he didn't realize it, then okay, look, user error, obviously a big one, but it's not like he pruned 50% of your active audience, right? It's technically inactive audience, so to say. Um, but yeah, that's where my mindset goes because if it is someone that you trust, which it seems like it is, right, where you've hung out with them, you know who this person is, maybe they did make a genuine mistake, right? Um, but at the end of the day, it's also like, yo, if you did make this mistake, why didn't you tell me? Like
Yeah,
I
I
would
I
care
agree.
less if you had told me immediately, right?
Mhm.
Um, so to say.
Yeah, it's like after he proved, he could have just like told the admin chat or like told me, and I could, because it prunes like 1,000 people at a time. I could ask him like, did you know in that moment there were innocent people, not the bots? Because I did ask him like, when you like, it's like good to like prune spam people, but the AI hallucinates. Like he like checks some spam people like the Discord marked as spam, like their profiles, and they're based on the message history, they seem like normal people. So I'm just like, okay, like, are you don't do that then? Like, since I know the AI like hallucinates, like, don't do that. But he did it. But I like that, like asking him like, when you're doing it, were you aware? And I'm like, why didn't you tell me immediately right after? So that's like a really good thing. I'm gonna message him after this. Hopefully he replies about that. But I also asked him. One of my friends gave me this suggestion to give him like 3 months to gain back a 20,000 members. Like have him help out and getting it back too. And I think I came up with some proposals about or some ideas on how I could growth hack 20,000 members, and I could share them too. So
Yeah, let's do it. That's literally
yeah.
was going to be my next question. Is like, okay,
Mhm.
well, you've done it once, right? What's the thought process now to get him back?
Yeah. So things are obviously a bit different than it was 5 years ago when people were like chronically online during COVID, and that's how we got our like fastest velocity of growth. But we still gain an average of like 20,000 members a year without much promotion. All I do is like talk about design buys on LinkedIn. We do events, so it's like pretty organic. I don't run. I spent put $0 in marketing. We just like chill. This like low effort promotion. Um, but I think this will be a really fun case study for me to make. It's like a content idea. It's like I'm always like thinking whenever something bad happens to me, my I don't know if this is toxic or not, but I'm always thinking, how can I win? I'm like addicted to winning. I'm just like, so someone like deleted my progress. Now I need to like make the most of this. I need to take advantage of it because I need to win. I'm like so used to winning that when this happened, I'm just like, I'm just like, okay, how can I win again? I don't know. I'm just like that. Maybe it's just I don't know. My brain's always been like that. I don't take no for an answer, which could be good or and bad. Well, maybe usually good, I guess. But so growth hacking opportunity. So the first idea I have, which I think is against terms of service because I vibe checked it with the Discord teams and I wanted, or actually like I flew this idea in public and people turned this down. The first idea was like giving people like prizes if they refer the most friends to the community. Like giving like free Adobe Creative Cloud. I can probably get Adobe to like get some free subscriptions. But then I realized it was against terms of service. So like artificially
Is
growth
it
hack the
really?
community.
Why is that against terms of services for Discord?
Yeah, it is. Let me read it. I have the reference. Let me find it really quick, because I think okay, finding it. It says inauthentic engagement. Inauthentic engagement is closely tied to but distinct issue of spam. So like engagement is basically like individuals are prohibited from attempting to manipulate engagement metrics, artificially inflating server membership, for example, join for join, invite rewards, purchasing fake members, and selling artificial engagement services across platforms. So, just because like I love our Discord and I don't want to risk anything, I and a lot of Discord staff are in our community. I'm not gonna do that. But the other idea I have, which I think is better, is I'm gonna launch another like community feedback survey to really understand why people join, why they stay, what motivates to join, and then execute on these ideas. Probably give like an Amazon gift card and stuff. Another idea I have is like more events and partnerships with other companies to like cross promote. Um, with like big companies, sometimes it's like hard to get budget, but if they have a big audience, I'm happy to do it for free if they cross promote us as well, because also like helpful for us. And then also like I have a content series I am planning. Like yesterday, I just kind of crashed out, and on LinkedIn, I'm just like, I'm so sad. And Adam purged 20K members. It's so sad. Please join. I'm really sad. Please join. But I think today I'm gonna be like like 24 hours what I've done 24 hours after the 20K purge. Like just have a series of like using the hook, like someone purged 20K members from our Discord. This is what I did. Just have like a hook because I think that's like gonna get really good engagement on like LinkedIn and TikTok. Um and then like talking about like growth strategies and what I'm thinking, like building in public. And the other strat, the fourth one I have is like partnering with student orgs. Like I have a lot of student orgs always hitting me up for like free stuff, free like they wanting me to like sponsor their stuff. But instead of like sponsoring, I'm just gonna like be like want to like promote for promote. Like even though their audience is way smaller than ours, I could definitely use a lot of students in our community because they are gonna be advocates because they usually like promote it to like their friends and then like growth. It's like a long term investment, and then once they like find out about this amazing resource when they're young, they were like it would stay with them forever. So I'm gonna like respond to more of those DMs. But yeah, so those are some ideas. So what do you think?
Okay. Which one do you think is going to work the best? If you had to guess right now. Obviously you don't know, right? But time will tell in the next month or two. But if you had to guess, which one?
I think I feel like both the survey will determine what exactly is gonna work out. So I think the survey is important, but also like working with other companies and like large communities to cross promote, like getting that authentic engagement and working with similar people to cross. That's what I think.
Mm,
Unless I go viral with my series about 20K people, but that LinkedIn post did help like 300 people join again.
okay. I mean, I like the incentive idea. Obviously, you can't really do that, right? Because of terms and services. But I think that's what newsletters use to grow, right? So if you look at Morning Brew and the initial stages of things like that, they grew because they kind of created this incentive structure of referral for referral. I wonder what that is for design buddies. Like there's got to be a way to do it that skirts around a straight up incentive in some way, shape, or form. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Like I think what might be interesting for you is less about creating crash out content, right? But more about what is the meta content that you could create right now around design buddies to draw more attention towards it. The same way that like Cluely is kind of doing it right now for Cluely, right? Like none of their marketing is very product focused, if that makes sense. It seems very founder focused in terms of the content that they're creating. And so like I would wonder what is that type of stuff that you could create for design buddies.
Yeah, it's like increasing the founder brand, having people like or maxing basically on the founders. So I've also been experimenting a lot with this with my own social media. Like I'm trying to just be myself. That's why I recorded my crash out because I want to show people that I'm human. It's okay to feel mad because it means you care, and that's like really cool. Um, so I'm trying to like be more vulnerable, show more emotional social. That was like my idea of like filming my crash out. I was like I threw a fake tantrum. Like my friend helped me feel like throw a fake tantrum. I'm just like showing being real.
That's
So I'm like more
content though, right?
relatable. Yeah.
I mean, that's the world
I
that
was
we
like
live
being,
in.
I was like, "Argh." I felt like a kid again because I did that all the time when I was a kid when I didn't get what I wanted. Uh, it's similar. Yeah,
Look,
I feel like
everyone deserves a good
whatever.
crash out every once in a while. Um,
Yeah, but I just try to like aura max on my own social media, and just like try to be myself. Like I have like story times of like me going to like a model casting in LA, me going to run club in LA, and what I think, like my thoughts about the situation. So I just try to like share more like my life and just like the random things I do, so hopefully it can be relatable to like a 20 something year old trying to like find their way around the world too. And then they'll find me and they'll find design buddies.
I wonder if you could take like the Joseph Choi growth hacking model back in the day that he used to do for what was his newsletter called? Not well, he would do it for If You Know You Know, but there was one before. I forgot what it was. A Tech
Oh,
Pod,
tech
I
pod.
think.
Oh,
Yeah, Tech Pod,
what was
right?
the growth hacking thing?
So like what he would do is he would I don't know how he got the job listings, but I just assume he paid someone to scrape it for him. but he would create a Excel sheet that had like the top 100, top 200 internships or whatever in the tech space, and then you would have to give him your email to get access to um that spreadsheet. It still doesn't now. You can see what's his name, Andrew. I forget what his name is, but he sold his company to Handshake recent or like last year or 2 years ago. But he had like a
Oh,
career
Andrew Tan.
ladder. Yeah, Andrew Tan. So
Yeah.
Andrew's doing the same thing right now around AI space, where it's like,
Oh.
here are the top 20 companies that are unicorns that are hiring right now. Blah blah blah. Like comment if you want this. So that content always goes viral on LinkedIn, right? Because people want to see what companies are hiring, and then you're able to get their email. So I wonder if instead of getting email, like you could ask them for like their Discord email or something like that, or you just send them the Discord link once they send you the email, and instead of hosting it on an Excel sheet, you find a way to integrate it into Discord, right? So then they have to join the
Oh.
Discord to get access to the design
Oh my
internships
god.
or job or something like that. We could do something like that for how creators make money too, right? Like that's very similar to how we wanted to grow like our newsletter. We could do like, oh, here are the brands that are hiring for campaigns. These next blah blah blah. Give us your email, yada yada yada, right? So I think that could be a unique way to growth hack. I wonder if you ran ads for something like this, how that would work. You would have to figure out what the ROI on one Discord member is, though, and then like backtrack it from there because it's a free product. But that could be interesting. Then you get to run the credit card point scheme, um,
Mhm.
and then but yeah, that those are like the two main things from a internet growth hacky standpoint. I'll share a community one that I have after, but if you have any thoughts on this internet stuff first.
Yeah, I love that. I could totally like do like a. I also want to collect emails because I realize how important it is to collect emails because the Discord server, like someone else would get mad and prune everyone. And I'm just like traumatized from this experience. So I don't, only I have access to all the emails actually because I'm like just a doomsday scenario because I had horror experiences with former admins. So it's like kind of hard for me to like completely give people the keys to the kingdom. So I have I think I'll try. I like the database a lot, and I think I'll get these people from the email, add them to our email list, and then also on the email list, always like keep promoting the Discord server for them to join. But also like offering some A/B test us and report back actually.
I mean, you can grab like the way that I would do it is you tell them to give you your email so that you can email them, and then I would just email them the link. Like I would email them, let's just say 10 internships or jobs or whatever. Like you can just copy paste that. But then at the bottom, I would say like if you want to see the next 100, join our Discord, and then you would have the list via Discord to so that they always have to join via Discord. So you get their email and their Discord.
Mm.
Um, that's how I would think about it. Again, it is adding more steps for them to get there. But if your end goal is to get people to your Discord, I mean, I can see your content. Let's just say you're doing it once a week, where it's like an internship post or whatever on LinkedIn, and you hope that it goes viral. I think if you do it once a week for 4 weeks a month, you could easily get like 500 to 1,000 people every single week that you do it, or every single month, I would say,
Okay,
potentially
I'm gonna
more.
post that tomorrow. Yeah.
I think eventually we do it for how creators make money
Yes.
too, right? We just don't have the infrastructure or like need to do it right now. But yeah, I mean, I would look like Joseph is great at converting on LinkedIn, both for his newsletter as well as the consumer club community that he's running right now. I think those both have come from just literally LinkedIn converting. I think he does have some Twitter following, but mainly LinkedIn.
Oh yeah, he's actually pretty big on Twitter too. I've seen his Twitter. Another growth hack I see him do is like when he hosts events, he's like gathering a bunch of consumer founders in a mansion in LA. Comment below if you want to invite. And I tried the same thing for my house parties in LA and SF. SF on Twitter, LA on Threads. It always got like over 100 comments usually. So that's another way, just like get people to like comment to be part of something. And yeah, that's another one too.
Yeah, people love free parties, right? So you have to figure out like what do people care about for free and then offer it for free. And it is a little scammy sometimes because like you can't obviously give it to everyone for free sometimes, especially like if it's a party, you can't necessarily give access, but people will always still keep commenting because they want potential access to something like that. But then it also like you get to siphon off the aura from a tweet like that, and you become cool, essentially, right?
Yeah,
So
that tweet got me
yeah,
like 100
that works.
followers. I took 200 followers actually.
Yeah, is it
The
high
over
quality stuff?
forum.
I don't know, but like it definitely works. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So it's just a game that you want to play. But yeah, I think the LinkedIn to email to Discord funnel probably works
Yeah,
relatively well.
because on Discord I want the super fans. Like I think it is like very because I'm human. I like to see number go big, and make me happy. But at the same time, what's sexier is active members. And I feel like if I have people like constantly in a newsletter, everybody I assume most people like look at the email more than they do our Discord. Well, some of y'all like probably look at our Discord more. Um, they'll be more and more engaged, have more like affinity towards the brand, and feel the need to like join and be part of the conversation. Oh, another idea I have is I want to like highlight our buddies, like feature their buddies. Like I'm trying to riz people up. This is tactic I made like Aptim people are mods. Um, and they're like even more active now, so that has been proven. But another thing I want to do is like I want to like showcase active members like their design work, do like buddy of the week or like featured designs from our community, and just have like a weekly or daily or newsletter feature of their work and have a Google form. In the Google form, if they want to submit their work to get featured, they will also subscribe to our design buddies newsletter too, so get their emails in. um so that's another one. Another idea I also just thought about is like making a community directory, because it's been something people have been asking for a while. I just like haven't had the tools to, so I think I'll just like do a Google sheet just to collect more demographic information. Because I saw Brett's LinkedIn post. He Brett from Creator Economy NYC, on his events he asked people like their demographic about what kind of creator they are, and it's really good for like saying like 50% of creators are making over 100K a year to like their sponsors and stuff. So it's like good, rich audience data. And I was thinking I could do the same for the directory. So, because right now, like, I don't exactly know too much about the audience other than they're mostly UX product designers in the US, ages like 20 to 30, mostly Gen Z, early in career. But like, if I can like really get rich audience data sponsored will like salivate over, um, then that's another like growth hacking tip as well from the directory. So lots of ideas. I can't wait to like make a whole case study on this. So I'm just like trying to milk the mishappenings, the misfortunes into something like really nice.
Yeah, no, I think those are all great ideas. The Obviously the information, the data is always important, especially if you can showcase like high quality data. That's what we used to do a little bit for declassified when we had our Discord as well. Like we did some surveys and we were able to show surprisingly that we had like a 20 or 30% audience that were high schoolers, but like they were super motivated high schoolers. So brands, especially like the ed tech brands that we were talking with and like doing brand deals with, they wanted to get in front of this highly motivated audience because they were the ones going to college. They were the ones that would likely have more disposable income to spend in the future for
Mm.
products, whatever it may be. So that's how I used to differentiate Declassified's college audience compared to others, because we weren't just talking to like the frat boy or the sorority girl or like the jock or whatever that might be just going to college for partying. We were talking to the kids that were genuinely in school trying to better themselves in their career, which likely leads to higher income once they graduate. So these brands wanted to build more brand equity with them. So that all said, I think a unique strategy that I thought about at Declassified, I never executed on it because I think logistically it was a little tough, and then we didn't have the capital to do it. If we did get that $2 million brand deal or that $2 million deal, we probably would have had the capital to execute on it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I think it's like 2 or 3 episodes ago. Grace and I both kind of dive into all of our brand deals from zero to, again, that 7-figure deal that I was just talking about. So check that out. But the sort of growth hack thing that I was thinking, especially for someone like you, Grace, since you have such a strong brand within the design community, I would say one of the strongest that isn't like a design tool, right? Like an Adobe, a Figma, or something like that. What would be interesting is if you created design buddy clubs at every university, right? So like that gives you top of funnel, but if you can provide a little bit of funding or whatever it may be, you then become the cool place on campus that designers, UX design, whatever you want to call it, anyone who's interested in the space, their freshman sophomore year, they want to join this club. And then that's how you bring everyone into the Discord. You can come back and give talks. You can have declass or not declassified design buddy alumni to come back and talk and things of that nature. You get more sponsorships for things like that. I think if you start small, right, you just start in with the California schools because that's where you're from, that's where you're based. You probably have a stronger network over there, and you start building it nationwide. In 2, 3, 5 years, that's when you have your sort of moat on that because no one's really investing in it. Again, that is a much more long term play, but I think it could be really beneficial if done well.
Oh. Oh, yeah, I could we tried actually starting a student leaders program last year. The reason why it failed was number one, it we kind of like went through all the schools around the world and we had like 50 student leaders and like 100 people applying. Um and it just like lack of focus and just like too much. Two, it's actually really challenging. For the student leaders program, we had students like make a LinkedIn post about us for like once a month, and then also host an event every quarter. But it was like really challenging to get sponsorship money for these students, because a lot of these companies, they're trying to target more like B2B SaaS or more like enterprises. So, or the companies I was reaching out to, like Figma and Adobe and Notion, they already have their own student ambassadors program. So they're just like, it's like a same thing we're doing. So that's why I didn't like really work out for the sponsorship money. But I like the idea of like starting small, starting with like maybe one school or like couple schools in California. Like, I don't know. I could think of like Academy of Art University in San Francisco, USC, UCLA, and just like schools like that. Because I know current students at all these schools, so I
Yeah.
can get them to do something.
Like I think you start there, but I think what a lot of these bigger companies fail to do is if you can find a way to get your student club be a RSO, like a registered student org, you don't have to worry about too much funding because they get funding from the school. They get funding from SGA to run the club, right? So that pays for the pizza for the events, that pays for the room space or whatever it may be, maybe a little but more budget uh over. But like if you can, again, this would probably be something that you don't have to worry about, but like if you could find someone that can build out the playbook where it's like, okay, if you are the student leader at this school, you need to go find your treasurer of your student government association. Use this template to send the email to get money so that you can fund pizza parties or whatever it may be. Like, I think that's what these companies like Adobe, Figma, whatever it may be, they don't do. They try to just throw money at it rather than trying to make the student actually run
Oh,
it. So that's where
yeah.
I, again, start really small, right? So if you can figure out that onboarding template for like 2 to 3 schools or whatever it is for your first semester, and then you just scale that slowly. But if you have that initial foundation done really well, I think you can go really far over the next 3 or 5 years, if you put time into it. Again, I know it's
Mm.
something that's like do things that don't scale at scale. That's one of the things, but I think most schools get it wrong because it's like, okay, we have one person that manages 100 different campuses or whatever it may be. You can't do that, but you have to build that student leader to be able to run that year after year after year. So you don't have to worry about it as much.
I love that. Yeah, I like that. I think I'll start at like one or two schools for now, one in NorCal, one in SoCal, and test out how it happens. Right now, it's back to school. I'm also curious with Declassified. Have you ever done any growth hacks to grow like any following, sponsorship dollars, or like have done any like campus leader, like student ambassador programs on your end too?
Yeah, so I mean, we had our Discord. I think we got it up to around, I think 3,000, 4,000 followers in like 4 or 5 months or something like that, which was really good. But the issue with it was like I was not a community person at the time, nor did I care about it. So I tried to bring on like an admin to do it, and she just like ruined everything and like kind of destroyed the community. And so I was like,
How did
I
she
don't want to
destroy it?
try and re. She just wasn't engaging correctly. Like the engagement went from, I'm pulling arbitrary numbers here, but like let's just imagine of the 3,000 followers that were there, let's say 500 were like actively tuning into it every single day. Like that dropped to like 50 within like 3 or 4 months. So it was more of like, I think she wasn't active enough, which caused the inactivity, which then ruined the sort of situation. But like I wasn't making any money from the community and I wasn't thinking long term at the time. So I was like, I don't really care too much about this. So it just kind of died. As some things do, right? You don't have attention to be able to pay to everything. But the way that we grew it initially was um literally just ran a very similar TikTok once every 2 3 weeks or so, which was, and it would go like semi viral every time. Like we're talking 30 to 100K views every single time, which would then convert anywhere between a few hundred to 1,000 people whenever the video would pop. But it would be like a video of like, hey, my name is Justin. I just graduated college. I don't use my degree. But during that time, I was able to get jobs at bang, 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 like Fortune 500 companies. Um, I'm starting a Discord to share all my secrets. Like, make sure to join. Link in my bio. So something like that, right? Like using brand credibility. You could probably do something similar of like, hey, my name's Grace. Worked at EA for X amount of years. I know all these people have been able to do all these amazing things. You can like clip in the LinkedIn stuff, whatever it may be, right? I've got this community called Design Buddies, and we're looking to grow this thing to become the next biggest community on Discord or whatever you want to call it. Make sure to check out the link in our bio. And so if once you figure out the format that pops for you, and I would say what pops for you is probably again that 30,000 to 50K plus view mark, and you can see kind of track the conversions from it to at least you're getting like 500, like a couple hundred to 500 plus conversions from it, then you just keep running it every couple months or so. You can maybe even run ads to it, right? Again, if you can figure out what a follower is worth or a Discord community member is worth to you. But yeah, that's what we did for Declassified for a little bit.
Oh, I see. I see.
Yeah, so just founder led like videos.
Were they like talking head videos on TikTok? Or like, what did that look like?
Yeah. Yeah, kind of like talking head where like the camera would be kind of angled down towards me. Like I would wave at the camera and then it'd be a voiceover. So it would be like action shots or B-roll shots of me. A little bit of talking head, but it would be voiceover on the back end.
I should try that. I'm gonna try that as well.
Yeah. Cuz then that allowed me to like really pre-plan what I was going to say.
I have a lot of B-roll myself. Yeah, I could definitely tell a story about design by design. Oh, another idea I just thought of is I want to interview like some of our students from Co-Create as well as like popular members, like active members, and just like telling their life story, just like 3 minute long interviews for our TikTok and Instagram and LinkedIn video too. Um, to just try to highlight our community members. And I feel like I like to like find ways to raise people up, whether that's like featuring them, giving them admin, giving them a special role for being active. Like Discord has like a leveling system, like a bot you can do to have a leaderboard with the most active members, giving them special roles so they like are sit on top of the members list. That will like gamify activity and then return like build affinity towards the Discord server so they invite their friends and their friends will invite their friends um to just like I feel like raising people up. I need to do more of that. I used to be really good at like featuring mentors and members, but I kind of got busy. But I think right now I really want to do it again because there's so many like amazing new buddies, and why not just like have I gotta like also meet them, like have that develop that like relationship with me and a member because it's like interesting. Such a parasocial relationship with me going on in a Discord because when I like pop in the chat, it's like, oh my god, I'm talking to the founder. I'm just like, bro, chill. I'm Grace. Hi. And I think I don't know how I feel about that. um, it's weird because like I also have people who come up to me in person and be like, oh yeah, I've been following your Discord for years. I know you went on a cruise to Antarctica. I know like you had like a bad living situation. I'm like, I'm like, oh, I'm a chronic overshare on the internet, which leads into that. But yeah, I think I want to do like interview. Oh, also someone else gave me an idea of like interviewing hiring managers about the role, like 5 minute interviews about what they're looking for, their role, and doing that. So just like there's so many ideas that's like buzzing in my head about like growth hacking, and I think it all starts with like finding ways to get people to give me their emails, and then like going there and then later like content, and then like things like that. But yeah, so many good ideas. So turning this like this crash out into something good, and then I'll make a TikTok series. Day one of growth, day two of growth. Anyways, probably not day, but I was talking out loud. But yeah, very overall like excited.
I love it. I love it. All right, I know I got to jump soon, but my last question on this topic is that 20,000 members of your Discord. What would you say is the monetary value of that? If you had to guess,
mm,
if you had to put a number to it, let's just say yearly.
I don't really know. Honestly, it's just my ego. Um
Fair, fair.
which is priceless. um Actually though, like I know sponsor be happy when they hear 100K over 80K, but actually like I was talking to some sponsors this morning. It doesn't like mean that much to them actually. They're more impressed by the fact that there's still 80,000 active members after the 30-day prune. So I don't know. Like I was talking to like a really big sponsor this morning who reached out to me, who also might potentially sponsor a podcast too. And she was like, "How many members do you have in our Discord?" I was like, well, yesterday we had like almost 100,000, but today we have 80,000, and they were approved.
Okay,
I'm just like,
this is a
oh,
little
that's
sore
great, like
subject for me
80,000.
right now, but
Yeah. I was just like, we were hired before, but he's like, oh, good, 80,000 people active. That's amazing. I'm like, oh, okay, you're right, I guess. Um, yeah. So I would say like I explained that situation because I'm just like it just happened to me. Um, I don't know. I feel like a typical Discord ad is like $1,000, $2,000. I would say like an initial 20,000 followers could get me like $1,000 more per like ad placement. So I would say about $1,000, which isn't the end of the world. I could just do more ads. Yeah, I don't know.
yeah.
It's not that
I
much
the
at the end of the
reason
day.
the
Well,
reason that I say this is because like we always need to take a second whenever we're crashing out to look at, does this actually matter as much as it does? Right. And so like a lot of times when we see something happen, like again, the 20,000 followers just disappear literally overnight, while that might hurt in the moment, in general, it might not be as big of a deal. And especially with someone like yourself, right, Grace, who you obviously have the skills to grow following as well as within the Discord, like you'll get that 20K back. And even to the sponsor, right? I think having that conversation is like, wow, like it matters, but it doesn't at the same time, which is really cool I think to see. Just having to just take a step back though and like understand everything that's happening at the time.
yeah, I gotta think more holistically. Like, I feel like for me personally, it's like I feel like I rarely get mad, but when I do get mad, I get really mad. And I'm trying and I think I was crashing out a lot. Like I made so many TikToks about it. I did like the no no la politia meme about the graph going down and just like me being sad. And I did another one which is like me vibing with the bunny, but like she doesn't know it yet, but someone will purge $20,000 on her Discord server, like that trend. And then me throwing a tantrum. I'm just like, I don't know, I got three videos out of this situation. I just like I feel like my initial reaction to something bad happens, I'm just like, okay, content time, content time. It's just like it's so weird. Like no other people will like be in bed for hours. I'm just like, all right, I'm angry. I'm gonna do stuff. Otherwise, I'll stay angry. It's like, what kind of content? And maybe I'll make one like I'm gonna make a LinkedIn post later today. Be like, it's been 24 hours since the purge, and this is what I've done. My LinkedIn post. Oh, speaking of LinkedIn, actually, I learned something new about the algorithm. I know we're talking about the LinkedIn algorithm before, but just in a couple of minutes, I went to this conference called Cultivate Create this weekend over in LA, and the LinkedIn booth was there, and they actually all knew me from my content. They gave me like a LinkedIn queue, but I asked them. I don't know if I mentioned this in the last pod, but I asked them like, yeah, my videos used to get millions of views. Now they're getting 10K. What's happening? And then, do you know the the LinkedIn video topics like on foam? You see like topics like PTO thoughts, like 9 to 5 thoughts. Um, you have to like add to the trend on the video, like they're artificially boosting videos right now that add to the trend. So I now that's why it's tanking, and I also A/B testing like text posts, video posts. Some of my text posts have went viral. It's like very inconsistent right now, but I'll keep reporting back. But I also added to that trend. I posted like a vlog about me going to my first modeling shoot as like a career changing trend. That didn't do well. So I'm just like, it's fake news, but I'll keep trying again.
Okay, that's interesting. I'll have to check it out. I've been like posting more and more consistently on LinkedIn. Uh, this week has been decent, I would say, like view wise and engagement. It's I think it's weird because I'm getting a ton of likes but not many comments, which might be I'll have to take a look at like maybe why that's the case. Maybe I'm not asking enough questions within the content because obviously people seem to be liking it, but not necessarily enough to comment, or it's not a interesting enough topic or a mind blowing topic for people to leave a comment. So yeah, LinkedIn algorithm's been weird for me, but I think this has been a great episode. This is the Grace crash out episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it, but I had a good time.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks for listening. I've crashed out with so many people yesterday, but I just like continue to crash out. So I appreciate y'all for listening. Appreciate you, Justin, for listening to me crash out. And yeah, and that's how I cope with it. Like, how do you cope with anger usually?
Oh no, I'm the same, but like I crash out to Michelle basically. So it's just like
Oh, I crashed
I'm
out.
very similar, just not online.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I need to crash out online because I need to feel validated about my feelings and need it like quantity over quality.
I
But yeah, I
respect it.
just
I
like
respect it.
TikTok videos about how sad I am. I shouldn't do this because like one time I crashed out my Instagram stories about my like shitty landlord situation, and then my sponsor reached out and texted me, but like, "Are you okay?" I'm just like, I'm supposed to look perfect on the internet. I'm supposed to look perfect to you. Like you're not supposed to be seeing it. And I was like, I can't crash out that hard. So I crashed out on Facebook.
I think you just gotta be you. But I think that's a great ending to the pod though. Like right, even as a creator, you just have to end up being you. And we've seen the best creators are the ones that typically keep themselves at the forefront of their content, their apologies, their crash outs, whatever it may be. So yeah, I think that's the pod, right?
Oh, that's true. I've seen YouTubers just like make crash out videos on YouTube and it grows and it's very engaging. So maybe it is a good thing that I crash out publicly and make it content.
Just be you. That's it. All right, appreciate
Just
y'all.
yeah.
Peace.
Thank you.